Final round. Kick us off boxing to start. There was, I think, as I mentioned in the intro, the massive fight over the weekend with Tyson Fury trying to defend his title against Deontay Wilder. What an epic fight it was for the trilogy. The third fight followed the same sort of game script as the others. Third and fourth round, that's probably all you need to watch. After that, Tyson, more of the same, as I'd like to say, really ascended himself. Took Wilder to class and showed his boxing talent and got the win in this. Monks, what were your thoughts on this boxing event?
Yeah, like you said, that third and fourth round was really where the fight was. Well, a lot of excitement was. Wilder was able to get a couple knockdowns on Fury. I think, I can't remember if it was you or Peps, put that video into the chat this week of Fury
the short right straight, which hits him straight on the temple, and you see the whole power get absorbed through his body and it ripples down his back. Like that punch kills most men. Let's be honest.
I was gonna say that punch kills me.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit of controversy throughout the week. People saying that Fury got a really, really slow 10 count towards the end of one of the rounds. I can't remember which round it was.
First fight, I think, was the long count right at the end there. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess Tyson Fury finally getting that legit knockout of Wilder, really ending any sort of discussion between those two. And then obviously being the third fight, that's it for this one. Wilder doesn't have any options for a rematch. Real good fight.
Yeah, and out of that third round where Fury knocks down Wilder, and then Wilder knocks down Fury twice in the fourth. Kind of then after that, he gets back up, from the shot that kills most men, as we mentioned. he gets back up and then goes on to take, ascend himself the fifth, sixth, seventh round, just starts wearing him down. By the 10th, I was just like, man, Wilder's done. He's cooked. I can see this is the same point in the second fight, sorry. They threw the towel in. I was like, maybe they should throw the towel in. Probably they should have, because Wilder comes out to that 11th round and Fury was just on him to kill a man, essentially, and a massive right hand hook hits Wilder, and night he goes down like a ton of bricks, and that's all she wrote. So Fury, undisputed, not undisputed. He's what's the word they used? He's the not clear line. There's a line thing, whatever. Essentially, he's the number one heavyweight in the world, even though he's got one belt compared to the other three. But with the way the order happens, he's the number one. So he's actually, he's retained. He's still the best heavyweight in the world. And with Joshua losing his belt last week or 2 weeks ago, that fight's probably on hold because he has to rematch Usyk. I believe, I'd assume that's the case. They'll have a rematch clause in there, they did for that match. So Joshua will have to do that first, or if there's not a mandatory rematch there, then Fury Usyk. That's what you think has got to be the next nuts boxing match on the card for the heavyweights.
All of it's going to come down to the paperwork there, isn't it? Is there a rematch clause for Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk? Time will tell, I suppose, what happens there. A lot of speculation. Will Usyk just get to go straight to Tyson Fury? It will depend on the fine print, I guess. Is there a rematch clause in that one? I'll tell you what I like to see, boys. The baddest motherfucker on the planet, the heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury. Look, let's be honest. He's a bit fat. He carries a few extra kgs, and he likes to party. Did you guys see the aftermath? A few videos coming out of Vegas.
Yeah. Steve Aoki.
Him and Steve Aoki, shirt off, Lancashire kind of chat getting around. It's fun to see, isn't it, that the bloke that is the best heavyweight boxer in the world at the moment also likes to have a bit of a party and a good time.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
good to see.
Just real quick back to the fight. So Wilder also broke his hand. Whether that was on that punch that we're all talking about in the 4th round or not. But yeah, so he broke his hand, had to get surgery on that. And Joshua triggered his rematch clause against Usyk. So that looks like it's shaping up to be March 22 for that rematch there.
Yeah, I just double checked it. They were saying spring 22, so March, like you say, which means that anything Fury winner of that rematch, Fury related, it's probably going to be there towards the middle to end of next year.
Well, I don't know if that's too certain because a lot of these I'm assuming would be sort of that three-peat sort of match. So if Joshua wins this next fight, I reckon Usyk might be able to exercise his right to a rematch as well.
Yeah,
so it might be some time before we see Fury fight Joshua.
Which means if that's the case, then there's probably going to be a mandatory defense that Fury has to do for whoever's coming up in his for his belt, essentially his category, who's their number one. So he might have to do that, say, in the middle of next year before we even start talking about this again. So we're going to have to wait another. We've already waited a year. We're going to have to wait another year for Joshua Fury to take place, if it does take place. Otherwise, it's going to be Usyk towards the end there, maybe. But hey, that's boxing news.